Good evening, everyone. I'm here today to talk to you about resources. What I'm going to do is share with you my favorite resources that I've accumulated over the last year. And Bear may throw in his 2 cents. I don't know. He's kind of a little bum there. He's my little buddy. But anyway, I'm going to start just kind of go through very quickly. The primary source for my resources is Life Science Publishers, and you can Google that. I've also gotten many resources from growinghealthyhomes.com, and so that's another good one. So let's start out with product usage. So the very first book that I think is a must-have is the Essential Oils Pocket Reference. And it's pretty big for something called a pocket reference, but it really has everything that you need to know. I'm not going to go into detail on this. It's really the first book, I think, in my opinion, that everyone should have. It's the first book that I had. And there's actually a video that I've posted on how to use your EOPR. So when you see EOPR, Essential Oils Pocket Reference. Now, it's pocket because in comparison, we have the EODR, the Essential Oils Desk Reference. Now, the EOPR is going to focus on essential oils. The EODR, the desk reference, which weighs about 8 pounds, will go into a lot more, particularly the nutritionals and supplements and some of those other things that just aren't in the EOPR. So this is a more complete, this is, in my opinion, kind of that next step. And right now, these are a really good deal. They're about half the cost that they have been, because I think they're probably going to be coming out with a new edition in some not too distant future. So that's a good one to snag if you don't already have that. There is also, this is one of my mom's favorites, the Medical Preparedness. This is definitely kind of your doomsday prepper kind of book. So if you roll that way, this is right up your alley. But it does have some really good stuff, really detailed stuff. None of these resources are compliant. Okay, thank God for freedom of the press and that they're able to produce these. And these are not anything that you can or should ever use as an incentive for someone to sign up. That's a big no-no. But is it something that you can gift someone with after they sign up? This is the one I recommend. Absolutely. Can you point them in the direction as I am to you, how to get them yourselves? Absolutely, because this is good stuff. The next one in my how-to pile is Ultimate Balance by, I think it's, Leanne Dearduff. And this is really cool. This is not only usage of oils, but it also is referencing organs, chakras, even time of day that's attached to certain organs. Very interesting. And if I were more on top of things, I would use this a whole lot more. I've actually read the whole thing. Really good stuff, good resource. And the idea is not that you have answers for everyone, but that you know what's in these resources to use oils for yourself, and then to point people and say, you know what, I read something about that. You need to get you this book. Speaking of this book, this is an EODR. It's bound. It is the 3rd edition. Right now we're on the 5th edition. 6th edition, I think. Oh my God, I can't even read. I have my glasses on. Yeah, 6th edition is what we have right now. This is the 3rd edition. As editions roll off the presses, they're going to have things added, things taken away. There are some protocols in this 3rd edition that I promise you will never be published again. They are so non-compliant as to make anyone blush probably, but it's really good stuff that you want to have. This is not a cheap book, but it is well worth investing in, was for me, for my resource library. Wait, my pile's getting too big. He doesn't even care. Okay, so the next thing, this is all books that I have for using oils. So the next pile that I have here is understanding how oils work. So we'll start super simple. This is Quantum Physics, Essential Oils and the Mind-Body Connection. Fascinating little read. Then this one, I think, oh my gosh, I love this book. This is The Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Even Simpler. Now, made even simpler than what, look at the font. It's like first grade font. I love it. It really explains so much about how chemically these essential oils work in our bodies. And it's made even simpler, because this is Dr. Stewart's textbook, The Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Simple. God's Love Manifest in Molecules. And this is really a textbook grade book. I've gotten to like page 52, I think, and then I bought this one. And then I'll come back here as well because she references Dr. Stewart's book. But these are the books that I recommend for understanding how essential oils work. The next pile I want to talk about is greening your home. And that would be the Chemical-Free Home 1, the Chemical-Free Home 2, and there is now about to come out, if it hasn't already come out, the Chemical-Free Home 3. So there are 3 volumes. This is Melissa Pepping's works, and they are wonderful. Almost all of my DIY stuff I've got going on here at home comes from these books. Then there's some miscellany. For example, I have Essential Oils and Pets. Very helpful stuff. My daughter has this book too. I think she does. If not, anyway, should. I think she does. Anyway, Gentle Babies by Deborah Rayburn, who is one of our uplines. If you have littles or think you might ever have littles or know anybody who has littles, this is the book to have. Mine is just so messed up. I don't even have littles, but I'm always taking pictures, sending things to people. Taming the Dragon Within, enough said. I think you get the idea. But this is a really great book. And let me just say, Protestants Plus. Okay. And then Inner Transformations Using Essential Oils. This is a cleansing book. And I've done the cleanse out of here. This is also Dr. Dearduff. And I have the something edition. It's not the latest edition, but there's another edition that's about twice as thick as this, the latest one, and it has even more information. So a lot of the things that we deal with that we think are unrelated really have to do with our immune system, and our immune system is housed in our gut. And if our gut is not flowing, if the mail's not moving or whatever, then nothing else is going to roll right from there either. So tend to those pipes. Get those sorted out. Okay. Then we have, and I am the worst at not paying enough attention to this, and that's our emotions. We are mind, body, and spirit. And I'm telling you, if you've got some emotional things that you're not tending to, those physical things, you can be oiling up, thinking, why isn't this helping? There's your clue. If you're oiling for physical issues and you're not seeing the results that you think you should be seeing, that's your sign that you may not be barking up not just the right tree, but the first tree. And the first tree may have to do with some emotional blocks. Your emotions have everything to do with what is going on in your body, and vice versa. So the book that I recommend that I have and I love is Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. This book is a mind blower, and it's one you just kind of have to take a page at a time and just kind of work on. It's like peeling an onion, and this goes great with the Zyto scanning. So if you have access to a scanner, if you're local, I've got a scanner. If you're not local, I'll come to you. But sometimes when we scan, we see those things and they make a lot of sense physically, but sometimes you see those oils, you're like, what does that have to do with anything? It may be something emotional. So don't discount that. Also, this book, love it. Feelings Buried Alive Never Die, and they make you miserable forever. So deal with those feelings, my friends. Okay. The next step is kind of another miscellany. And this is more kind of those back to that quantum physics kind of area. Molecules of Emotion. Again, just a background resource about how chemistry, emotion, seen and unseen, logical, illogical, they're all the same. They're all connected. Very, very quantum physics-y. Same thing with the biology of belief, another good one to look into. And one of my favorites, Healing Oils of the Bible. And this kind of is a great complement to a collection that Young Living has that's called the 12 Oils of Ancient Scripture. And you can buy this collection. It is $225. I got it free with my Essential Rewards points. Now let me tell you, you may think like, oh, that's so much money. But there's a little oil in here, for example. I don't know where it is. It's one of these pretty gold ones. I can't find it. Oh, well, here's spikenard. It has myrrh. Y'all, these are expensive oils. Just to give you an idea, it has cistus, rose of Sharon, very expensive. Oh, here it is, aloes, which is also, in ancient times, aloes is the same as sandalwood. Okay, so this bottle of sandalwood by itself, if you were to buy it, is almost $94.75. It's right at $95 just for this. And in this collection of oils, you get 12. And you get to hear Gary talking about each oil, which is really cool. So these collections are really a good idea. The Golden Touch Kit 1 is another one. If you're like, what do I order after my PSK? The Golden Touch Kit 1, there's a good one to get. Okay, and then my last little collection is for business building. These are some of my favorite business building books. My very, very first one that I read that got me so excited, it's called The 4-Year Career. And it just explains relationship marketing, multi-level marketing, but kind of from a Young Living standpoint. And the only reason why I do this, I've never done Tupperware, Avon, knives, face cream, whatever. I do these because with Young Living, it's all product-oriented and people-oriented. The business side just kind of happens organically, authentically, naturally, and I like that. So this book first kind of made me go, aha, there might be something here for me. Also, the ABCs of Building a Young Living Organization by Karen Hopkins, who I have met in person. She's so neat. And it's not at all what you think. You think it's all business. No, it is the most beautiful book full of scripture and how the Lord led her to build her business and just where her heart is and where your heart should be. Oh my gosh, I cannot recommend this book enough. And then Making the First Circle Work, that's another really good book that I've enjoyed. And this book basically says that it all starts with you. And what does that need to look like in order for others to follow? So that's kind of a rundown of my library. I left out a couple that honestly I just couldn't put my hands on. I don't know where they are. But this is a little bit long, but you can use this to kind of resource through and see what you like and go to Life Science Publishers. There are others. This is just what I have. This is my library. The point of this video is to encourage you to begin building your own library, and don't just have them to be pretty on the shelf, but read them, dog ear them, tape them, use them, internalize them so you can help yourself, and then you can point other people to resources so that they can take ownership and help themselves. That's how this works. That's how this community works. So thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.